Hello to my collective. This is Richard the Urban Warlock here. So I'm just going to do a three-part no hashtag collective reading. So we're going to start off with the present. Just to remind you, with the present spread, some of it will have happened, some of it will be in play, and some of it will be coming up probably in the next couple of weeks or so. You've got to remember the present is always going into the past, so I like to always mention that. We'll then go for 2 months down the line, and then the final part 4 months down the line. So whenever you're seeing this, it's going to be 2 months and then 4 months. Okay, just to remind you with the future spreads, Tarot is designed to say on your current path, this is the most likely outcome. There are a couple of cards in there that are fixed. So by that I mean the universe says it's got to happen, no way around it, but for the most part it's not. So if anything does come up and you don't like the sound of it, you can change it, believe it or not. Most people don't, because it means shifting your life onto a different track. People are lazy and people don't like making their lives uncomfortable, but you are an autonomous human being. You do have free will. Okay, so let's see where this goes. Please have a look at the title at the top to see what's in regard to, really. I normally decide after I've filmed them all, because I like to just go off on a bit of a tangent. If you would like to book me for a free private reading, verified Instagram account, urbanwarlockhealing.com. All my services are on there, or I do recorded readings, including the £10 tarot, which is 10-minute future spread. That's where I've been in the link tree in my bio. So, right, let's get started. So, excuse me. First card we've got is the Magician in the reverse position. Okay, so the Magician card is a positive, powerful card in the upright position, at least. For me, this is the manifestation card. You've got the wizard, magician there, and he's got all the suits on his table. He's got an infinity symbol above his head, waving his magic wand around. So if it was in the upright position, I'd be saying, right, really start putting out there what you want. Tell the universe what you want. It's going to come in. It's a strong time for you. It's in the reverse position. So this is telling me at the moment your manifestations aren't coming forward. Now, I normally find when this happens, it's one or two things. It's either that we're going through some big life lesson, and if we just kind of magicked our way out of it, we wouldn't learn that life lesson. You've got to remember in spiritual terms that life is about learning these big life lessons to elevate the soul. The other thing can be that things are going to be changing, and if we manifest in now what we think we want, because of shifts and changes as we go through, it's not really going to be for our higher kind of long-term good. So we'll see where this goes. We'll see where this goes with the rest of the cards. We've then got the Knight of Pentacles. Pentacles relates to the element of earth. It can be money and finance. It can be non-financial wealth. So when I say that's what you invest in your time, efforts and energies in. Now, with the Court cards, they can represent an energy within ourselves, or they can represent the energies of somebody else. We've all got masculine and feminine energies in us. Now, with the Knights, they don't have the knowledge or responsibility of the kings and the queens. They're more so than the pages, but they're more about forward motion. Now, you'll notice the horse of this knight, it's more stationary. It's because he's earth energy. I'm a Taurus, I'm earth energy, so we're plodders, okay? We like to take our time. We're not going to rush into anything. So that's why his horse is a little bit more stationary. Now, you'll also notice that he's actually offering the pentacle. So this normally indicates that there's some offer coming forward to you, okay? What that is, not sure. You'll have to kind of take what resonates depending on where you're at with the reading. We then got the Emperor. So the Emperor is the divine masculine, as we call him. Now we're talking about energy here, not gender, okay? So it can be a female presence in your life as well. Now he's in the upright position, so he's a good ruler. Now he's like all the kings combined, really. He's most akin, I find, to the King of Wands. So it's about stepping in that masculine energy, taking a leadership role. The way I normally describe the Emperor, if he was a boss, for example, if everybody's getting on with the work and pulling the party line, he's going to reward them. Bonus, pizza party, something along those lines. But if there's anybody mucking about, he's not shy about pulling them to one side and giving them a bollocking, because he knows sometimes you have to upset people sometimes if they're not doing what they should be. Let's continue. Right, okay. Ooh, blimey. Right, so we then got the Six of Cups in the reverse position. So Cups relates to the element of water. We're generally talking about something on an emotional level. Now, it's a bit hard to see in this deck, I do appreciate it, but you've got two figures here. One's passing the other one a cup of flowers. So it talks about, on an emotional level, in the upright position at least, there's equal balance. It's give and take on an emotional level. Now, when it's in the reverse position, it tends to be that one party's doing all the giving and one's doing all the taking. Okay, these cards are a little bit, yeah. So I'm going to see how this all kind of ties together. We then got the Knight of Wands. So Wands relates to the element of fire. We're generally talking about taking some kind of action. So it's another knight. Now you'll notice with this knight, his horse is in a rush. It's really going for it. It's galloping forwards. It can talk about fast-paced motion, so rushing into something. It can be somebody coming in quite fast and taking some kind of action. Now, if it's a love interest, the Knight of Wands can be a little bit of a Casanova. So they can rush in, steal your heart, and then they're off again. I don't really want to go that way, if I'm honest with you. Like I say, I want to get all the cards out first because these are a little bit all over the place. Not quite sure what direction we're going in. Overall outcome is death in the reverse. Now, hopefully you know the death. It's actually a positive card. It means rebirth, shedding skin, killing off what no longer serves us, moving on to something else. Now, in the upright position, I normally find that something happens, it changes something in our lives and we're happy about it. Okay, we get to kill off that old version of ourselves and step into a new energy. Now, when it's in the reverse position, I tend to find it's one of two things. It's either self-imposed and we go, right, I don't want to carry this with me anymore. I need to shed this. Or we're resisting. Okay, something needs to change and we're resisting. Okay. Still not mega clear on where we're going with this, if I'm quite honest with you. Obstacles or blockages, the High Priestess. Okay, so the High Priestess is one of the Divine Feminine. She's the Divine Feminine on a more spiritual based level. She's about balance, black and white pillar either side of her. Okay, it talks about connection with intuition and spirit and stuff like that. I'm kind of going along the lines of thinking about it as an obstacle or blockage. I kind of want to go along the lines of potentially you're a little bit too balanced and you need to start dipping into your darker side a little bit. And when I say that, it's not about being negative. It's more about kind of, for me at least, standing up for yourself and kind of tapping in some more of your masculine energy and saying, no, this isn't right. With the Empress as well, she can be kind of boss bitch energy. So potentially you're not stepping into that enough. You're letting people run roughshod over you a little bit. It's either that or you're kind of one of these who's give it away to spirit, give it away to spirit. It's one thing to say, you know, what will be and I'm going to release to the universe when we're doing things like manifestation. It's another to kind of completely remove your free will. Because when you do that and you just say, oh, I'm going to let spirit guide me, again, you're not going to be learning any of those big lessons, and often at times it can just kind of lead you into trouble. It can lead you into being around people where they kind of take advantage of you. Excuse me. Removing any blockages, we've got the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so it's another Pentacles card. Pages are more youthful energy. Some readers call them children. I normally go more teenage age. Now, again, much like the Knight of Pentacles is offering the Pentacle. Okay, it's not going to be the biggest offer in the world because they don't have the knowledge or responsibility like the King and Queen does. But there's some kind of offer there. I feel it's kind of like talking more about giving yourself a bit of an offer. It feels a little bit like looking at these cards here. It's like you're going into in a new direction. You're leaving something behind. Well, you need to leave something behind. You need to shed some old skin. And it's almost like there's a lot of options and choices and decisions here. I feel like you're relying too much on that Emperor energy. Now, is in the upright position, so we're not talking about a toxic masculine or anything along those lines. It feels potentially like a kind of boss or father figure or something along those lines. And because they're quite heavily in your energy and they kind of take control of a lot of what you do and the direction you're going. And again, it's not in a manipulative way. It's just how things have been. That equal give and take on an emotional level isn't there anymore. And you've got a lot of offers coming in from elsewhere. So it's just something that needs to be said as well. Throat chakra's going. Yeah, I'm gonna see how this develops. I'll be quite honest with you, it's completely thrown me, this reading. That's kind of where I'm going though. There's a dominant masculine energy. They're good. They've got your best interests at heart, but they're just kind of stopping you from pushing forwards and leaving behind what no longer serves. So let's see where this goes in a couple of months' time. If you want to join me for part 2.